everyone, and welcome to a Yin Flow with Manifest Yoga Studio. So I went ahead and pulled a card for you guys again today. And once again, it's from my John Holland tarot deck. I got a really interesting card today. So today we got discontent and boredom, which is super interesting. And this card talks about a time, which I think applies to all of us now, when we may be experiencing some stagnation, some discontent and some boredom, maybe feelings of restlessness and impatience. And maybe we feel a little bit emotionally drained, we're longing for change, and that's okay. I also want you to understand that boredom is not a bad thing. And when my kids were small and they'd come to me and say they were bored, I would say, yeah, that's a good thing. So go and be bored. And it's only in those moments, and if you look back in your own childhood where you had nothing to do and you would go and climb a tree or lie on the grass and watch the clouds. And those were the moments when you were most connected. And those were the moments when the ideas came and the dreams came. And so we need this quiet time in order to recreate ourselves. We need to recreate ourselves individually, and we need to recreate our communities and the way we go about conducting ourselves as humans on this planet. So this card is really asking us to go within and connect to that discontent and boredom. It's not a bad place to be for a little while, and it's an opportunity to work out where you want to go from here. It's an opportunity to be bored is not a bad thing. And it's only in that time of quiet and introspection and boredom that we come up with creative solutions. So I kind of want you to go with that theme today. So while we're going through this practice, I want you to think about what this has actually offered you. So maybe you have just sat in a place of a little bit of anger and you're just irritated that the world isn't the way it was. Or maybe you are thinking about the fact that you don't want to go back to the way the world was, and what would you like it to look like, and what would you like to create, and what would you like your own individual life to look like. Or maybe you were on a bit of a treadmill and you were just working, and now thinking, well, I actually don't want to go back to that. I really like having my coffee in the morning and feeding the birds, or I really enjoy having time to bake, play a game, and read. So maybe you want to create a life that looks a little bit more like that. But just use this opportunity and this practice on your mat to connect to what you feel you need. So we're disconnecting from everything else, and we're connecting back into what we want and what we want to create. So go ahead, make sure you've got your cushion or pillow or whatever it is you're going to use. We're going to start lying on our back, so you can just pop the cushion down for a moment, and then you can just roll yourself down. First of all, you want to start just bringing the soles of the feet to touch. You don't have to bring the heels too far in, but just go where comfortable for you, and you can adjust once you are lying down, and then just bring yourself down onto your cushion. You can either have it supporting your head or maybe a little bit further under your back, depending on where your body feels like it needs to open. And just allow the knees to drop down. Bring your palms down on either side. We're just going to take 2 minutes in each pose. And maybe just in your head, you're just going to run through the things that this time has offered you, the things that you'd like to keep. Sometimes this pose can get just a little bit uncomfortable. Just try and stay with it. Your hips could well be feeling super tight right now, and that's okay. And we're just going to just try and stay with the breath here. Try not to move out of it for the 2 minutes. We want to allow this fascia to release, so we're just going to stay. Even though it's feeling like you need to move out of it, just try and stay with it until I give you the go-ahead to move. So you just got a few more breaths here. And then just gently take the hands either side of the thighs and nice and easy, just bring those knees towards each other. Just take a moment in center here. And we're just going to move our pillow or cushion and just place it to one side. I want you to keep your left foot down onto the floor and just bring your right knee in towards the chest. And take your foot up towards the ceiling. We're going to come into half happy baby. So take your hand and wrap it around the inside of the sole of the foot. Maybe just grab a hold of the bed there on the bottom of the toes and just pull the knee in towards the armpit. Make sure your spine is nice and flat, and take your left hand onto your left thigh here just to keep yourself nice and steady. We're going to go ahead and just release the top of the foot. Take that foot back down onto the mat. Take a pause in center. Keeping the right foot down on the mat. Bring the left knee in towards the chest. Take the left hand and wrap it around the top of the foot there, or the bottom of the foot rather, and then just pull the knee gently in towards the armpit. So the thigh comes in towards the side body. Take the right hand onto the right thigh here, and just make sure your hips are nice and square. There's no real pressure here. It's just a gentle holding of this foot. Not trying to really like put a pressure on and pull it into the armpit, just resting there. And never in here are we forcing anything or trying to go to our max. We're trying to release. So this is a very restorative practice. Just a few more breaths on this side. And go ahead and release the top of the foot. Take that foot down onto the mat. Just gently let the knees drop in towards each other. Beautiful, then nice and easy. Just bring yourself up to sitting. I'm going to come into Janusasana. So you want to go ahead and grab that cushion again, or the pillow, whatever you are using. And lengthen your left leg down to the end of the mat. Bring your right foot in to the inside here of your left thigh. And it doesn't matter, maybe it's down here. Maybe your hips are feeling super tight today, so you can have your foot a little bit lower down or a little bit further up if you want to. I want you to go ahead and grab this cushion pillow and place it quite far in here so you get nice support in your tummy. A little bit of pressure into the tummy too. This is not a bad thing, so a little bit of pressure into the solar plexus. And kind of the solar plexus is being who we are in this world and what we want to do, and this is really significant with the card. So the solar plexus really represents what we do in this world. It represents ourselves and how we present ourselves in the world. And so when we're going through this time where we're really questioning what life do we want and how do we want to be in that life, we want to engage a little bit of the solar plexus. We're going to do that nice and gently today. So we're going to come into this nice fold. I want your toes to be nice and relaxed. So there's no flexing of the foot, and the muscles in the leg are nice and relaxed. We just go ahead and we're just going to gently fold it over. So you can place your hands down by your sides if that feels good. I'm going to give myself a little bit more support today and just place my arms onto the pillow here. The back wants to be just nice and soft. There's no pressure. There's no forcing your head down towards your toes or anything. It's just a really nice, gentle, relaxed posture. So I had you thinking about what parts of this you want to keep. But I want you to think also about what parts of your old life you don't want to keep. So what do you want to let go of that you were doing that you really feel doesn't serve you and you don't want to take forward into your new life? Couple more breaths here. Then really nice and easy, start to lift your head. Always be mindful when we come out of a pose we've been in a while, if our head is down. I'm going to take this bent leg and just extend it to the end of the mat. Give yourself a little bit of a shake. So reset through the muscles here. Then go ahead and set yourself up for the other side. So the left foot now coming in as high as you want it. I like mine to be quite high. Maybe you want it a little bit lower, more down towards the knee or down towards the calf. And again, you're going to bring this pillow in and give a little bit of support into your belly here. Nice and gently, let's just fold over. Just a few more minutes on this side, or a few more breaths rather on this side, not minutes. And then nice and easy, start to lift the head. And again, just take that bent leg, extend it to the end of the mat. Give it a little bit of a shake. We're going to go into an open pigeon pose now. So open pigeon is pretty easy once you've got the hang of it. I want you to take, we're going to start on our left side, so take your left leg and make the shin parallel to the top of the mat here. And then you're going to take your right leg and you're going to create a little square here. More or less this right shin is going to be parallel to the mat, but maybe a little bit further back. So just find a position that is open and comfortable for you. And I want you to grab your cushion and you're going to lean down towards the sole of the feet. You may find yourself going more towards your knee. Go wherever you need to go, wherever's comfortable. I'm going to place my cushion here again. Once it gets into my belly, so I get a little bit of that pressure into my solar plexus. Then I'm just going to fold down here. So you might find, just try and keep this foot away. So try and keep this square. And you're going to fold down, just find out where it works for you. Forearms can maybe come down onto the floor or just onto your pillow. Again, sometimes this pose is a little difficult, so just stay with it. Just try and ride out the storm that is going on internally and within the physical body, and just breathe into whatever you feel is coming up. In the end, we never look for pain, or pain is always a warning. Discomfort is okay. So often in these poses we find ourselves a little uncomfortable, but we stay with that. But we never tolerate pain. So if we go towards that, then we pull out of it. Couple more breaths here. Beautiful, nice and easy. Start to lift up. A little wriggle through center here. So we're just going to come in. We just take the legs, take a moment. Spine is nice and tall. And then we're going to come to the other side. So we can line up our left shin with the other end of the mat, or the same end of the mat, depending on how you want to practice. So, sorry, right, and then the left one is going to come around behind, so we're going the opposite way this time. So we're just going to create this little square in center. Find a comfortable position for this ankle, or the way the legs go back, and grab that cushion and just place it wherever you need to put it so that you can fold comfortably down. So in hips, legs, parts of our body, right and left talk to different areas of our life. So the right talks to future and the left talks to past. So maybe your left hip is feeling a little bit tighter, or maybe your right is. Right, future, left, past, remember that. And also right relates to our masculine energy and left to our feminine energy. A couple more breaths on this side. Then nice and easy, start to lift the head. Again, coming back through center. Take a moment, spine nice and tall. We have 2 more poses to go. So we're going to come into a wide forward fold now. Don't go too wide, just find where it feels pretty comfortable. If it's starting to pull even before you fold it over, just maybe ease off a little bit. So if you're feeling super tight, it's okay just to sit nice and tall here. Maybe take your hands behind your back and slightly push your belly forward so that you feel that openness. And it is really okay to stay here. Toes are nice and relaxed, okay. If it's feeling okay and you want to, again, bring the cushion or pillow in towards your belly. and find yourself folding down. We don't want to go too far here. We just want to be wherever is comfortable for us. So depending on what time of day you're practicing, if you're practicing in the morning, it's going to feel really different if you're practicing in the evening. And then just soften here. So allow the neck to soften, allow the shoulders to soften, allow the face to be at ease. If it feels like you want to really push the cushion into your belly, just keep it soft. Again, this one might be a little bit of a struggle with you. Just stay with it. You've only got a few breaths to go. And then nice and easy, start to lift your head. Take your hands underneath your knees and release yourself out of this pose really nice and easy. Beautiful. Bring yourself back through center. Take that cushion and just pop it to one side. So in our last pose, we're going to go over into plow. If you have any neck injury or you're having a problem with your neck, then I don't want you to do that. I just want you to lie in Shavasana. So just lying gently on your back. It's quite difficult for me to talk in this pose, so I'm going to explain how to get into it and then do it. So you want to bring yourself down onto your back, and you're going to take your feet over the top of your head, and you're going to bring your knees down by your ears. And then you're going to take your hands down, lay them down onto the mat, palms down or palms up, whatever really feels good to you. So once I'm in it, I can't really speak to you. I'm just going to stay there for the 2 minutes. So just watch how I get into it, and then you can join me or just join me in your Shavasana if that's what you wish to do. And when you're ready, just come ahead and roll out of that, just nice and easy. Bring the feet back down on to the mat. and bring your knees to touch. Take a moment here. So I want you to do a little exercise. Not in the physical sense. You might have noticed when you were in that last pose, if you went into it with me, that if you've been having a couple of extra meals and a little bit of chocolate, you might well have noticed it in that pose. That's okay. We're allowed to do that right now. Just, be kind and gentle to yourself. But I want you to do this exercise. I want you to take a piece of paper or in your journal, and I want you to do 2 columns. And one column is the things about lockdown or restricted movement or whatever it is that you are experiencing that you like. So what aspects of this do you want to keep in your life? And then I want you, on the other column, to take all the things of your old life that you don't want to keep. Okay, the aspects that just weren't working for you, or you feel aren't really beneficial to yourself as a human. And please feel free to share those with me. You can contact me via the Manifest Yoga Studio website, which is on our YouTube channel, or on our actual website if you guys have been going via that, or on my Instagram. You can find that again on the website. And I'd be really interested to know what aspects you want to keep and what aspects of your old life you want to let go. So please do feel free to share that with me. And it's a really good exercise to do, and it will connect you to what it is you want to create when you come out of this space. Thank you so much for joining me. Be safe, be good humans. Namaste.